Hey everyone, Mango7Roll here. How we doing today? Welcome to another episode of Epic 7. Today, I'm just gonna do kind of an impromptu video talking about Molagoras and where I think they're at right now, kind of where I plan to put them, and if I think I have enough. So right now I have 50 flippin' Molagoras. 0 all Molagora goes, but 50 Molagoras is a lot. And I was looking at my units, trying to decide where I wanted them to go. And honestly, like, I'm realizing I'm in a pretty good place for Molagora. And at this point, I'm able to kind of pick somebody to kind of super invest in, you know? And that's really good. This is the first time I've felt like this, basically since day one, you know? Where I feel like I had a choice with Molas, and I had enough, in quotes, to do what I want to do. So looking at my units here, I just want to kind of go over all of my units and talk about their Molagoras and maybe decide if I want to go further. So first off, we have our Destina here. We ended up getting her Molagoras up to the plus 15% healing. Honestly, if I use Destina more, and the reason why I don't use Destina is because I don't have the HP percent gear, but if I did have the gear for her, I would absolutely go to at least this 20% healing. Because 20% is a lot of flippin' healing, especially if you're on a counter set, especially if you have Celestine, especially if you have all those things. That said, I don't really see the need of those 3 skills there, and I don't really see the need for those, especially since we get no CR from this. We get nothing but flat healing. So thinking about Destina, I could put a little bit more points in here, but I don't think I'm going to. We also have Dizzy. And Dizzy is where I think I'm about to put a bunch of Molagoras in. Like, there's no secret that not only is she one of the best designed in terms of visuals and skill animations and stuff like that, characters in the entire game. Like, there's no secret for that, right? But she's also one of the best, so you can use her everywhere, and it just feels great using her. That said, I don't really think I need the extra damage on her skill 2 or skill 3. But because I'm on a counter set, and it's literally my favorite thing in the world right now, I'm almost assuredly going to max this. It's an extra 20% damage. Unfortunately, it is going to cost a lot of Molagoras, but I think it's something like 10 to 15 Molagoras to get that. Maybe 10 to 12. I'm not sure. I haven't checked. But it's definitely going to be worth it with how much I use her skill 1, especially in a lot of PvE now. I just turn off her skill 2 and skill 3 and let her spam skill 1. Then we have the Greedy, the absolutely greedster Molagora Queen by Ken. We've got everything but the final in all of these. And I've been considering putting more into her, giving her 15, but the reason why I haven't done it is because I feel like it's overkill. I feel like she already kills everything with this. She already kills everything with this. Like 100% already kills everything with this. So if we ever get to the point where we need to do a ton of damage to a boss, like a world boss or something like that, and something like Baiken just becomes amazing, I will be putting these extra Molagoras into her to get that extra damage out there. But for now, I don't need it for any sort of PvP. That said, I've definitely found times where I wanted my skill 1 to do just a little more damage. So I think I might be putting a plus 5 into her skill 1, but at that point I might as well plus 15 her. We then have Soul. And while Soul is great, I don't like him enough to put in Molagora, so I've just completely skipped him. He's not my favorite design. He's got a great skill set, don't get me wrong. He's one of the best, if not the best free unit we've got, I think. But he's just not something I'm interested in, and I don't really like him as a character. So that's why I haven't put any into him. Then we have Sirmia, and meanwhile we have Athena over here with a plus 15 flippin' Sirmia. I put 1 in a hot streak. I don't know why I did it, but I did. But I think the reason why I haven't put any Molagora into her is because it feels so bad. Like 5% damage all the way down until 10 here. In this one, you get a little bit of effect chance, but let's be real here. You don't really need unhealable for everything. As we know before, as we've seen in all of my videos, Sirmia is my most neglected unit. So I'm definitely not putting any more Molagora into her, but I might pull her out of the closet soon and start using her somewhere. And then we have Dien. I actually went hard on Dien here. Like with 50 Molagoras, I ended up getting a little bit into her skill 1 here, which I super regret actually. I actually regret most of this with Dien since I don't really use her too much. but it definitely is not a bad thing, right? She is irreplaceable after all. But I don't think I can see myself going any further here. And if I do, it would be to this 3% combat readiness. Yeah, I don't think I can go any further. Because the thing is, with DN, if you're ever in a place where you really need the damage, I feel like you're already winning. So that's just something I don't really want to put any more in. But we have Violet, and Violet's one, for some reason, I haven't put any more in. I have no idea why. He's on my defense, he's everywhere. He's got a great 10% effect chance here. I have no excuse not having that. I've got this skilled up, and I think that's why I haven't put any more in, because I'm kind of salty about dual accepted still. And we have this one not fixed at all, so I really don't know what I'm doing with Violet. All I know is he's irreplaceable as well, and I think when I sit down and take a look at this, maybe on stream with you guys someday, that I think he's going to be one of the ones that ends up with at least one more Molagora in here. Ah, Bologna! See, this is why I do this. This is why I like talking about stuff so much. It's been so long since I used Bologna. She went from being on every single team I had to none. Like, I don't use her at all anymore. And I think a big problem with this is she's no longer a camper, and she's not really needed for Abyss or anything anymore. So she is definitely going to stay right here for her Molagora. I don't think I would ever upgrade Butterfly Fan, getting zero utility whatsoever from her skill 2. I could see myself if she ended up being one of my PvP cleavers, getting this +5 right here, and I don't think I would ever go any further here, just because she's already chunking enough, and anything she's going to chunk against, you don't need the extra damage. Like, you're going to do it anyway in Abyss, and you only need to do it once. And now we have our recipient of our recent Molagoras. We ended up going to +4 on charge to get the cooldown. We are definitely going to get this 10% combat readiness here, and we ended up going to the effect chance here, and I would say there's a pretty darn good chance I'm going to go to +5 here. Crow has been one of the best units I've got recently. He's just been so much fun. He's just obviously an insane unit, and everything about him is so much fun to me. He's a great character too. I love his story and everything. So he's definitely going to get some of these Molagoras we have sitting around, and nobody can stop me. Also, while you guys are watching, let me know in the comments below who your Molagora are going to. I forgot to say, because that was kind of the whole point of this video, but I got 44 Molagora back, and this is from somebody. I've only ever bought one Molagora pack. So I've bought some like New Year's stuff that came with Molagora, but as for actual Molagora packs, I've only ever bought one of them. So getting 44 back was insane to me. Okay, here's the one I want to put all of my Molagora in. We've maxed skill 2, we've maxed skill 3, and I want to max skill 1, but my guild won't let me. They said, no Mango, bad Mango, you're not allowed to max Serene Tune. It's ridiculous, don't do it. So I haven't done it, but I really, really, really want to do this. Also, as a side note, I'm going to be re-equipping my Tamarin probably right after this video to get her on immunity set, just because I'm really not happy not being on immunity. But because my guild won't let me, I can't put any more Molagora into here, which is kind of unfortunate, but it is what it is. And here's the one you guys all kill me for. My triple S Luna sitting here with 1, 1, and 2. Honestly, like, I just don't like using Luna as much as so many other different units, so I haven't given her anything. That said, if we ever get to the same position where we talked about Baiken recently, I probably will just give her some love. Like, honestly, she deserves it. She should honestly be plus 15 at this point. Like, I have a triple S Luna. She should be plus 15. There's no excuse. Maybe that's where I'll spend these Molagora, but maybe I'll have to be talked in. You guys will have to talk me into it. And now we've got our waifu. Waifu Araminta with only 8 skill ups. And I have hope for her, you know? I feel like there's someday in the future she's going to get a buff. I'm not sure what her buff is, but she definitely is hardcore outclassed by so many different people now that there's just really no reason to use her outside of she's a decent camper and she's the best unit in the game visually and just like personality wise. But that doesn't count for much when you're trying to actually win Guild War battles and stuff. So I'm sitting here at +8, and if she ever gets just the teeniest little bit of love, just like a tiny little bit of love from Smilegate, from Super Creative. I will plus 15 her because she deserves it. And now we have Lidica here. We have the -1 turn cooldown on Lidica. And honestly, looking at the rest of her skill ups, I've considered putting in more, but right now we have no place for her. She's done her job in Abyss, and that's about it. She has no use in the tower because screw combat manipulation. She has no use in Guild Wars anymore because of immunity. She has no use basically anywhere but Abyss, which is already done. So until that changes, she's going to stay just like this. That said, if I was going to give her a little bit more love, I would get to the effect chance probably down here, because having a 100% chance to get that decreased hit rate is just insane and does so much. And I wish this is something we could use in PvP more, because AoE hit chance is like a really good debuff, but it's just not something we really have room for anymore. Ah, haste, yay, yay, I love doing this. I don't know if you guys enjoy these types of videos, but like my favorite thing ever is just talking about my units. Like this makes me so happy to do. Like this is a video for me, not for you guys. But haste, that's really exciting. So haste is somebody I got recently. I mean, not recently, when we were going for ML Araminta, I think. And I've wanted haste since day one, basically, and I haven't used them. And I cannot wait for a time when haste is in a better spot. And I cannot wait to Molagora him when that happens. He's got one of my favorite skill sets in the entire game. I love how he has Vamp Touch. I love how he's got bleed everywhere. I love how he works with RNL. I just love everything about haste. I also like that he's got 120 flippin' base speed. I love that he's voiced by Abby Trott. Just everything about haste is awesome, and I cannot wait to give him love. And as I'm doing this, I think I might just do it right now. Not right now, but like after the video. I might just go to -1 turn cooldown here and 15% healing, just because like he deserves it, you know? With this design, with everything about him, super cool looking. We'll come back to him. And then Says, the great betrayal of Says. We put in for Molagora onto him recently, and I wish I could take it back. The only reason I was really using him, it's not that I don't like his character, don't get me wrong, I really do like his character, I like his design, I like the purple emanating from him, I like his interaction with Bologna, but he's not my favorite skill set, which is why I never really fully invested into him early. That said, after the Wind Rider nerf, I'm having so much more fun with other people other than Says. So I wish I could take it back, because there's just no use for him anymore in my current game. That said, if I did gear him up and geared up Oxlots, there would still be a ton of units I could use him against in Guild Wars. So as I'm talking about this, maybe that's something I need to do, because he doesn't need the best guild for it. But the teams that you can Says cleave right now, Says bomb, whatever you call it, they're still super Saysable. Just maybe not so much in Arena as it was before. So this is something I need to do now that I talk about it. Hey, Yuna, here with a one random Molagora, and I don't regret this Molagora one bit. When you use somebody as much as I use Yuna at the start of the game, one Molagora to get a little bit of extra damage on her skill 1 when she was on Rosa Hagarna, she was getting all those dual attacks. She was helping me everywhere. I don't regret it one bit. I don't know if she's ever gonna get a change, but if she does, I will probably upgrade her upgrade. Because that would be really fun. But for now, she's going to sit on the sidelines with her cute little bag and do just about nothing. And Isaria, this is going to be a long video. I'm so sorry. Isaria here. I Molagora'd her recently, and I am unbelievably happy with her. I think she's my top 5 favorite characters in the game right now, and I think if you have Isaria, you should be investing in her. There's no reason not to have this. There's no reason not to have this here. And there's no reason not to have the effect chance. But she is really greedy for Molagora. We have her at +9. And I kind of consider that the minimum for what you need. And I love her to death. But I don't think I can warrant giving her extra Molagora. But that said, that's kind of what this video is about right now. Where we look at being able to get additional Molagora on people that weren't really viable before. because before I couldn't really consider doing this, but now with an extra 40 Molagora and looking at everything I've done, like if we go through them all, we have most of the minimums already. So being able to put some extra points here and here is kind of what I can do now. Yufine, I forgot I Molagora'd her. She was one of those 1 week project, 2 week projects, and she had a great time. But the second I picked up Iceria, I just never touched Yufine again. So maybe I'll use her again sometime, but I'm definitely not putting any more Molagora into her. And Charlotte's kind of the same spot. I really, really, really love Charlotte, but I think to get the full effect of Charlotte, you're going to need to get to that effect chance here. You're going to need to get to that cooldown here at least. And you're just going to need so much Molagora to make her worth while that I haven't touched her at all. But I would love to, because she's really fun, and she also camps really well, especially with Araminta. Whew, and our boy Vildred. Vildred is bonkersly insane, but he doesn't need any more Molagora. He just doesn't. I can't use him for cleaves anymore just because of the insane anti-cleave units we have, so this is kind of worthless. And honestly, all he really needs is a couple points in sweep, but maybe I should put some more in here because I use him everywhere, but he already does everything I need better than I need. So that's kind of why he's just sitting at +5 right now. And Kisei here. Kisei I invested in hard. I even put some in her Dark Scar. I use Kisei a lot, and if I could take this back, I would definitely just take out all the points in Nocturne and Dark Scar and maybe max this out, because right now I only use Kisei for Wyvern and that's it, and I don't even need her there anymore. She's just kind of there to look pretty, and as you can see, I very often give her gear and then take it away next week because I just don't need it. Like, as beautiful as she is, you just don't need it anymore. Wow, there's so many more units. Jesus, we have to speed this up. Okay, so this is going to be like a 30-minute video unless I just highlight the ones I really want to talk about. So Cecilia is somebody that I think I'm going to put some more into. I love her to death, as we all know. I'm probably going to get this, but at the same time, 90% is 90% chance. I feel like I'd rather take that risk than spend the extra it takes to do that. This one here would be nice. I notice she misses this one a lot. But most importantly, getting that extra 10% up, especially when you have Elvis's Ritual Sword here, that's something I should absolutely have going for her. There's a couple others I wanted to talk about too, like Oxlots. If I start using this guy more in PvE, I might want to get mana injection up a little bit, but I don't think it's worth doing at all. Especially with Desolation and -1 turn cooldown and his Soul Burn. Like, it seems like such a good thing, but you just end up never using it. Kitty Clarissa's one that I just, if I could use her more, if I could find a little bit of a better use, we'd be having a good old time. And there's a couple more, like Assassin Cartuja here, where I have neglected, I guess you could say. Like, with how much I've used Cartuja, I've used Cartuja basically every day since I got him. I really should be at that effect chance, but it's just one of those things where I didn't do it back then, and I can't bring myself to do it now, so like he's just gonna sit there doing nothing. I also realize he's only A rank. Like, do I really not have any Cartujas? Like, what's going on with this? I'm not really sure, to be entirely honest, but that's something I need to figure out. BBK! Yay! And BBK here. I think I'm going to be doing this after this video here, just because she's on my cleave team right now, and I really, really like her. She's always been really cool, but I didn't think she was really worthwhile. A lot of people I see are mullah-ing all of these here and all of these as well, but I just don't know if it's worth it, because specifically with my cleave on her, all she does is skill 3, right? She's never low HP, so she doesn't get anything out of this. Correct me if I'm wrong, like at full HP she gets nothing, right? And with this here, she never really uses this, and she's going to kill anyway. But it's all her Blade Art Dragon. That's where every single bit of her damage is from. So that's why she's going to probably be a 005 for me. As for others here, there's really nobody else I want to put too many Molagoras in. Looking at Corvus here, I feel like this is something I might do. It feels terrible to do it, but the more I use him, the more I like him. And after seeing his story and Gunther's story and stuff like that, I do like him a little bit more. And if he gets nerfed in any shape or form, I'll get the Molagora back. So I feel like this is one of those safe bets. I'd actually like to know in the comments below if you guys have Molagora'd your Corvus, because I'm really curious. Because getting in the 2 souls here would be really sweet. You don't need the 20% healing, I feel, because he flippin' heals himself to full anyway. And getting the -1 turn cooldown here would be nutso. And I don't know if this would be worth it, but at least the -1 turn cooldown and the souls here would be great. And outside of that, I'm kind of sitting there without any skill ups on anybody else I want to put them on. I was looking at Shooting Star Arcades, and one of the reasons why I didn't build her recently, not only was because I don't have the specific gear for her, but because she takes 4 Molagoras there, or at least 4 skill ups worth of Molagoras there, and then 6 here total. And I really feel like you need that to take advantage of her. So that's why I didn't put any into her. And outside of that, I have the same kind of feeling with Montmorency right now. But she doesn't actually need any skill ups at all. That's awesome. Great. Good. This is really fun. I didn't cover everybody. I'm sorry if I skipped anybody right at the end. If you want me to talk about them, let me know. But in general, what I'm trying to get at with this video here is you see everybody we looked over. People are always crying Molagoras are a problem. Molagoras are the worst. Molagoras suck. They ruin this game. People are always crying that. But I'm really finding with this last change in Molagoras, we're one step closer, you know, especially if we start to not get characters every 2 weeks. Like we're getting Charlotte next week in quotes, maybe, luckily. And we're not getting influxes of new units that need Molagoras. We're gonna eventually cap out. Not cap out, but catch up to what we really should be at. Like we'll have 1 or 2 units at +15 that are our loves, you know, like our Araminthas, our BBKs, our Tamarins, our Dizzies, our people that we just love to death. And then everybody else will have their minimum requirement, like the -1 cooldowns, the effect chance. And I'm pretty happy with where this is at right now. So I'd love to know in the description below, comments below, wherever you want to put it, where you think I should put my Molagoras and where you put yours. And let me know, because I'm wanting to know. And I'm really, honestly, I just want to max Tamarin. And I just want to max Dizzy. Like, that's what's going on in my head right now. I want to immediately max those 2. But I don't think I can. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe as always. And I'll talk to y'all later. Bye, everybody.